live. This hang up on there is live. I'm live. I gotta silence my phone. All right. So I just published the blog post about what I recently learned in regards to generating dynamic controls within Elm. In case my face is new to you, I made a declaration of war, pretty much, that I'm going to enter this web development space. It's either now or never. And because I don't like the tools to build web applications, I found out about something called Elm, and it's now or never because Elm abstracts away JavaScript and all that retardedness, and I think it's the closest thing that I'm aware of to actually engineering web applications. Hence my gravitation or my attraction towards it. So with that said, yeah, I just published a blog post. It's let me share my screen. Come here. Let me share my screen, and I'm sharing my screen now. Present to everyone. Okay, I'll do that. And yeah, y'all. Oh, y'all, let me kill this right here. And where you at? So like, I just published this Elm generating controls dynamically, and I just hit the preview. But anyway, it's this right here where I talk about the different parts of or the different steps that led to me generating these controls dynamically and then handling the events of these controls. So there's a section called mapping a data set to checkboxes. That data set really being a set of strings that represent topics that ultimately within this web application, I use these topics as filters that update or refresh the main content of this application. I think I said that decently. So anyway, I'll talk about mapping a data set to checkboxes, which is essentially taking data and generating some HTML, in this case, controls, checkboxes. And I talk about how, I have this notion of a topic, this type called topic. And then I say, hey, I got this test API that not only feeds my unit test, but also feeds my application whenever my application is configured to run in isolation. And so my application gets fed by this test API. It kind of is an alternative to web services, but it essentially performs the same function. It feeds data to my application. My application sends a request, and my test API says, hey, I'll be the server, and it spits out results, back to my application, from application to take and run with. And also introduce this type right here that contains topic. So this type is called link. Link is actually a record. There's a property of this record called topics, and topics is a list of topic, right? And so in this blog post, I'm just breaking it down, how I lay out my checkerboard, and that's a metaphor, and how I basically am able to take this type, create a list of this type, and then map this list of this type to corresponding controls, in this case checkboxes, hence dynamically generating controls, right? And then in the next section, I discuss how to handle the events of these controls, how to handle the event of these checkboxes, right? Or events of these checkboxes. In this case, there's a on check. What's the name of that event? Yeah, where are you at? Somewhere down here. There is a on check event, well, I shouldn't say event. There's an on-check attribute for a checkbox. And so within the handling events section of my blog post, I discuss what's involved or what I've learned or what I did that was involved in handling that when a checkbox is checked or not. And what that basically means is within my module, I have a discriminated union type called message. There's a case for that, or case value called toggle. Toggle is the message. It has data attached to it in the form of a tuple, which is going to represent the actual topic and a bit, right, or a bool, meaning that this topic is going to be enabled or not. And topic is really going to serve as a filter within this web application. So this filter that we call topic is set to true or is set to false. If it's true, then we expose content. If it's false, then we don't expose content, and that content is associated to this topic. Okay. And then I show the implementation of what it means to pattern match on that toggle message. And yeah, that stuff right here. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to take this video and I am going to embed this video right here. And that is it for the most part. Is there anything else I want to say? Not really. My blog post says it all. This is Project Nikeza, open source project. Yeah. And I'm pretty excited about it. We are actually making progress. And so it's pretty cool. You can check it out on GitHub. I already provided a link on the blog post for the GitHub project. And I guess I could go back to me now. Come here. Stop presenting. Go back to me. And that's it. So I just got off a blog post. I just recorded a video. Trust the process, right? The obstacle is the way. And that's it. So I'm Scott Nimrod. I'm available for hire. I do mobile application development. I do desktop application development. I do functional programming. I do test automation. And basically, in conclusion, I help people solve problems in an automated fashion. So I'm available for hire. I'm also affiliated with the Lambda Cartel. You check them out. They're great people too. They offer alternative services, and we all fill out each other's voids. So we all help each other, and we all encourage each other, and we all work on interesting projects together. So Lambda Cartel. All right, I'm out. Peace. Adios. Te veo a ratito.